Hi, I'm Wendy Ferry. This is Kundalini Energy Activation Yoga. This particular type of yoga, Kundalini Energy Activation Yoga, is all about restoring the energy flow within your body. So we always have energy flowing within us. We are made of energy. However, we do things throughout our day. We have experiences. We interact with people. There's stuff from our past and our childhood and maybe even our ancestors that's in our DNA genetic makeup that cause blocks and restrictions to this normal energy flow. And when that happens, maybe we feel tired, maybe we feel depressed, maybe we feel angry all the time, or maybe we just aren't able to experience the highs and the joys of life the way that we should be. And so we can use this practice to really help move the energy, to clear those blocks, release those things, right, that are not allowing us to experience all that truest sense of joy that we should be. And in the meantime, we get physically strong, we gain mental clarity, our intuition gets really fine-tuned, and we become super present. And when we're living in the present moment, that's when just everything starts to flow. So this practice will be about 30 minutes. You'll get a really nice core workout and some leg strength. And hopefully at the end, you'll feel grounded, yet also maybe deeply connected to yourself, your higher consciousness, or even a higher sense of power. So let's bring our hands together in prayer. And just first, let's just rub them together. Just rub them together really briskly. And then when you've got some heat in between those hands, press the palms together, press the fingers together, press the thumbs, the pinkies, and then bring your thumb right to your heart center and really connect the thumbs right into the sternum. And it's almost as if you're plugging in a light there. You're plugging into an electrical source. And you can feel that connection. All of a sudden, maybe you sit up a little taller, lengthening the spine, creating space between each vertebra. And now bring your awareness down into your seat. And with each breath, just bring energy in and allow the energy to just root you further into the earth. And there's not a heaviness, but you do feel supported. And check your balance. Are you heavy on the left side? Are you heavy on the right side? Try to even it out. Distribute the breath. Distribute the energy. And on your next inhale, bringing energy into the body with the breath, let the belly fill, let the chest expand, let the neck lengthen. You can tuck your chin just slightly, just to help the neck lengthen, open. And then bring your attention right to the crown of your head. And just hold here, breathing in and out. Deep breath into the belly, into the chest, expanding in all directions, just breathing in strength, all the strength that you need. And then on the exhale, full exhale, complete exhale, just releasing any doubt, any worry, any thoughts about the future, uncertainty. Just let that all go. And we tune in Om Namo Guru Dev Namo 3 times. So on your next inhale, we'll tune in. You can join me in this mantra, or you can just follow along. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Connecting with that great divine knowledge within us. Our truth is within us, and we seek to find it. So we'll begin this class with a little breath work. So just bringing the hands to the knees, back of the hands resting on the knees, thumb and index finger together. So this is a very common breath that we practice in Kundalini. It's the breath of fire. If you've done class with me before, then you know it very well. I usually do this in the beginning of class because it really activates the navel center and that third chakra. And this is where we need to begin our practice to sort of unlock the energy from the container that it's being held in, down in that bottom of the spine, down there in the tailbone. So when you do this breath, you're going to inhale and fill the belly. You can put your hand on your belly if you need to, if you're a beginner and this is new to you. And then on the exhale, you want to pull that belly button into the spine. And we do this through the nose. And we're going to take it at a nice steady rate. So you're inhaling, exhaling at this steady rhythm. And we're not going to go too fast today because we're going to actually sustain this for a few minutes. And I'll just talk you through different posture for our hands. So inhaling, fill the belly. Exhaling, pull that belly into the spine. Keep going, and I recommend using a mantra to sort of keep that rhythm going, keep your mind focused. I like to use the mantra Sat, Nam. Sat meaning truth, Nam meaning name. So speaking about who you are, your identity, the truth of who you are. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. Now, you can close your eyes or just lower your gaze down to the floor and just find a point at the floor to focus on and just let your mind go. All the thoughts start to fade away and you just zero in on this breath of fire, on this rhythm of the inhale and the exhale and the steady rate. And you can hear it in your ears and you can feel it within you. Keep going. And just keep going, raising the arms up so they're parallel with the floor, palms facing up. Keep going, breath of fire. If you start to feel lightheaded, you can always stop, take a deep breath in, take a few reset breaths, and then come back into the pranayama. Keep going, breath of fire. Now bring the arms up to make a V, as if you're creating a funnel for all the energy of the universe, the sky, heaven above you, can funnel right down into your physical form here on earth. We're almost finished here, just 15 seconds. Try to relax the shoulders down, shoulder blades slide down. Now inhale, deep inhale, fill the belly, fill the chest, bring the palms together overhead. Now hold the breath here. Place the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth and just tuck your chin just slightly down. Let the shoulder blades slide down the back. Now root your tailbone into the earth. And stretch the hands just a little higher. And then on the exhale, you're going to slowly exhale and you're going to slowly release the hands and let them come down on either side all the way until your fingers touch the mat. Nice, long, slow exhale. Those long exhales, really important, signaling the body to relax. So from here, you're going to take your middle finger and index finger, and they're going to point out, and then you're going to hold the ring finger and pinky finger down with your thumb. And then these fingers come touch the mat. On the inhale, they come up and touch overhead. If you have arm problems, shoulder problems in particular, and this is too difficult for you, then you can just simply come here, totally fine, and bring the hands to touch at the heart, okay? But otherwise, everybody else, we're bringing the hands to touch overhead. Same mantra, inhaling Sat in your mind, exhale Nam, inhale Sat, exhale Nam. Keep going. Sat, Nam, 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 Sat, Nam. Inhale, fingers together overhead. Exhale slowly, nice long, slow exhale, releasing the arms down at your side. Release the fingers, let them all touch the earth, and then slowly come to lay on your back. And we're going to start with stretch pose. Stretch pose is also a very important posture in Kundalini Yoga. It's not just activating the navel, but it's really helping to activate all the front chakras or all the front energy centers of the body. And so to do this, if you have maybe a weak back or you need extra support, I'd like you to place your hands underneath your bum, sort of making a triangle underneath your tailbone, and that will help support your low back. Otherwise, the way that we're going to do this is you're going to take a nice deep breath in, and I'm going to demonstrate really quickly. If you've never done this before, you're going to take a nice deep breath in. The head, the shoulders, the arms come up over the body, and the legs lift now 6 inches up off the earth, and we're just going to do that same breath of fire. Okay? So modify any way you need to. You can place your hands under your thumb like I just showed you. You can just lift one leg. You can only lift the legs. You can only lift the upper body. Kundalini Yoga is your personal journey with your energy flow within you. And so you need to sort of gauge where you're at. That being said, we're also trying to push your limits here. So try to stay out of that safety zone and start to dip your toe in the pool, in the deep end of the pool, right? You are capable of doing great things. You just have to try. So inhaling here, just laying on your back, settling in. Exhale. On the next big inhale, we're going to lift the head, shoulders, arms, and feet, all 6 inches off the earth, and we're going to begin that breath of fire. Really pulling that belly button back into the spine on the exhale, and then the inhale sort of just happens. Inhale and exhale, release. Bring your feet close into your bum, knees are bent, palms on the earth on either side of your hips. We're going to inhale and we're just going to lift the hips up by squeezing the booty, squeeze your glutes, really lift the pelvis up into the air. Exhale and release it down and just sort of tap the tailbone on the earth. So inhaling up, sat, exhaling, nam. Inhaling, sat, exhaling, nam. Nam, sat, nam, sat, nam, sat, nam, sat, nam. Pressing weight through the heels as you raise the hips up. Such good exercise for the core. Low back strength is highly correlated to your abdominal strength. You need balance in the front and the back of the body. And this is for our physical body as well as our energetic body. Last one, sat, nam. And then you're going to bring the knees into the chest. And then bring the nose up to the knees, using the strength of your abdominals, so not using your arms to pull you, really pulling the belly into the spine here to bring the nose to the knees, really bringing the knees into the face. And now from here, can you try that same breath of fire? Learning to adapt in uncomfortable situations here. We can breathe even when we feel like we can't. We are in charge of our being. Sat, nam, sat, nam, sat, nam, sat, nam. One more. Inhale, squeeze a little closer. Exhale, lower the head. Bring the hands to the back of the knees, and you're just going to rock and roll up and down the spine. Just a few rock and rolls here. And then you're going to come all the way up and over and into a tabletop. So hips are over the knees, shoulders are over the wrists, fingers are spread wide. The creases of the elbows point towards the front of the room. Going back and forth between cat pose and cow pose. Cow pose is our inhale, so the pelvis tips forward, the belly sags, and the heart comes through the arms. And we look up, and on the exhale, we start to tilt, tuck the pelvis under, really arch the spine, just like a rainbow, pressing the hands into the earth, pulling up and out of the shoulders, and just letting the head drop. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Nice and slow. Really articulating the spine. Bringing awareness to that pelvis. And where that tailbone meets the lumbar spine. And as you feel that low back warming up, start to bring your attention up higher to the heart center. On the exhale, the back of the heart reaching high up to the sky. On the inhale, the heart really pressing forward. In this practice, we really want to increase our self-awareness. And so we use these postures and we combine it with the breath, and we bring all of our attention to both and the connection between the two, synchronizing them, creating a relationship between the breath and movement to help increase the awareness of ourselves. Last time, inhale forward. Exhale, arch the spine. Inhale, come to neutral, and you're going to extend the left leg behind you, and you're going to bring it forward, and we're going to place the foot in between the hands. And then from here, you can stay right here with the hands on the ground, or you can bring your hands up to your knee, and you can just let the hips fall forward, really giving this this right hip a nice opening, a nice stretch all the way down the right side, the leg, the quadriceps. And now if you can take your hands, raise them up overhead, lift the heart slightly, tuck the tailbone here while you're pressing forward. See how that feels. And now in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose, Sat. Exhale, Nam. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just stay here, keep breathing. Use the mantra. Just holding this posture. Bring your awareness down into your hips. See if you can press even further down, letting go, just releasing, just sort of surrendering to gravity here. Rooting down into the earth, really landing in your body. One more time, inhale. And exhale, bringing the hands down either side of the foot. Come up onto the toe of the back leg, and then bringing the front foot behind you in down dog. And just for one brief moment here, let's just come into a nice down dog. So coming up onto the toes, bending the knees, sending the hips up and back, letting the heart come forward between the arms, pressing into the mat with our fingers, our thumb and our index finger, feeling all of the corners of our hand, the palm of our hand, pressing into the earth. And now you're going to adjust yourself, maybe bring that right foot into the center just a little bit. We're going to raise the left leg behind us. And now you can work from your knees here if you need to. Always modify. On the inhale, you're going to bend the knee, come towards plank, shifting the weight forward, and bring this left knee towards the left elbow. Exhale, send that leg back. Inhale, bring it to the right elbow. So twisting the body. Exhale. And again, left elbow. Exhale back. Right elbow. Exhale back. Inhale. Sat. Exhale. Nam. Inhale. Sat. Exhale. Nam. Last round. Sat. Nam. Sat. Nam. Now bring this knee all the way in. All the way in. Place that foot between the hands. And now you can drop this right knee or bring your hands up to the front thigh or bring your hands up overhead. Now, if you're going to drop your right knee, you're going to work just from the knee. If you're in a standing lunge, you're going to pull the ring finger and the pinky finger and hold it down with your thumb, just like we did in the beginning of class. And on the exhale, the arm comes down as the knee drops and touches the earth. On the inhale, the arms come up overhead, fingers touch, and we bring the knee up, back into lunge. Exhale down, inhale up. Sat, Nam. Sat, Nam. Sat, Nam. Strong front leg, the whole left foot pressing into the earth, the knee far enough back that you can see your toes. Almost done. Sat, Nam. Last one. Sat, Nam. Good job. Exhale, bring the hands on either side of the foot. Pull that back foot up just slightly. Now make sure that if you were wearing skis, the skis wouldn't be on top of each other. So make sure each leg and each foot is on its own track. Adjust the hips. So usually here we want to pull this left hip back a little bit. Hands on either side of the foot. Be up on your fingertips is totally fine. Palms flat on the floor is also fine. Just drop the head, drop the nose towards the knee. Keep pulling that left hip back. It's a very active posture, even though we're finding stillness. We're being very active in a very subtle way, and sometimes being subtle takes a lot more strength. It's much easier to be aggressive about things. Not as easy sometimes to stay calm. And while you're breathing the mantra Sat Nam, just start energetically spinning the legs inward towards each other, the thighs towards each other. Pressing the ball of the foot, the right foot and the left foot. Just see how that feels in the body, what that opens up for you. This can be a very emotionally releasing pose. So if you're feeling emotion, that's good. Just let it go. Just feel it. Be aware of it. And let it leave. On the next inhale, you're going to bring that back leg up. Meet the front foot. Take a little pause here. Exhale into a forward bend. Bending the knees if you need to. Inhale, you're going to bring that left foot back. We're going to step down into that low lunge. Untuck the toes. Now either stay right here or again bringing the hands onto the knees. This time the right thigh. Tuck the tailbone and really allow gravity now to just pull you forward. Opening up this left side body. Feeling the lengthening in that left quadricep. And now keeping the hands on the knees, or you can bring the arms up overhead. Lift the heart. Breathing. Sat Nam. Release the shoulders, no tension in the shoulders. Let the neck be long. Shoulder blades sliding down either side of the spine. Palms face each other. Fingers are energized. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Surrendering to gravity here. And on the next inhale, bringing the hands down, tucking the toe, straightening that back leg and bringing this front leg back into down dog. Taking a few seconds here, so spreading the fingers, weight in the palms, energetically
rotating the biceps towards the ears, energetically rotating the inner thighs towards each other, sending the hips up and back. Nice long exhale. Adjust the left foot. Maybe it comes a little closer to center. And we send this right leg all the way back. Inhale. Right knee, right elbow. Pull up on the belly. Exhale. Send that leg back. Inhale. Twist the body now. Right knee, left elbow. Exhale. Keep going. Inhale, sat. Exhale, nam. Last round. Now inhale, bring that knee all the way forward. Place that foot in between the hands, adjusting your lunge. Now either dropping this knee down or coming to stand in a nice high lunge, bringing the hands either onto that front thigh or bringing them up overhead. Now pointing the index finger and the middle finger, holding the ring finger and pinky down with the thumb, dropping that knee down. Exhale, inhale, bringing the fingers to touch overhead. Sat, inhale, nam. Sat, nam, exhale. Sat, nam. 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 Last one. Sat, nam. Good job. Bring the hands on either side of the foot and then bring that back foot closer to the front foot, finding each foot on their own ski, on their own track. This time, consciously pulling that right hip back. Finding your stance here, and then placing all the weight, distributing it equally in the feet. Now see how it feels when you start to inwardly rotate the thighs toward each other. And then relax and let the nose fall to the knee. And just hang out here for a moment. Use your mantra, Sat, Nam. Check on that right hip, pull it back. Just a few more breaths. Feeling the energy being released from the hips. And on your next inhale, bringing that back foot to meet the front foot. And we're just going to hang out in a forward bend. So bending the knees slightly. Feet are about hip width apart. Letting the chest rest on the thighs. You can keep the hands on the floor. Or you can grab your elbows. Just letting your head hang. Again, just surrendering to gravity. And while you're here, just pressing your feet, the soles of your feet, pressing them energetically into the earth. And then as you do that, you feel the earth pressing back, offering stability, offering support, holding you. If your mind is tending to monkey around, you can tame that monkey with the Sat Nam mantra. And then when you're ready, you can hang out here as long as you want. When you're ready, you can release the elbows, Bend the knees even further. Slowly, 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 we're just going to stand up. Each vertebra moving slowly. Each vertebra stacking one by one until you come to stand. And just stand here in mountain pose just for a moment here. Let's spread the feet a little wider than hip width apart. Bending the knees slightly. Opening the palms to the front. Bring the shoulders up to the ears. And maybe release them down. Feel that the shoulder blades just slide down the back. Nice inhales into the belly. Each inhale, bringing in the energy we need, rooting ourselves further into the earth with our feet. And on the exhale, letting go and feeling how we rise. So really quick, bending the arms in a 90-degree angle, thumb and index finger touch. You're going to inhale and twist to the left. Exhale, twist to the right. Bend the knees. Inhale left, exhale right. Sat Nam. 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 Keep going. 10 more seconds. Now come to center. Exhale. Inhale, arms up, palms together above the head. Exhale, bring the feet closer together, either all the way together or hip width apart. You're going to sink down into chair pose. So chair pose, remembering weight in the heels and then sinking the butt down as if you're sitting in a chair, keeping the heart lifted, belly button comes into the spine. Really hold that belly button in. You should be able to wiggle your toes. And now from here in chair pose, we're going to bring the arms down to either to touch the floor, or they can just come close to the legs, and then up, touch those index finger and middle finger together. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. We're not here for long. We're just getting comfortable being uncomfortable. Sat Nam. 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 Inhale, come to stand. Bring those fingers to touch overhead. Exhale, hands in prayer at the heart. Inhale, come to stand at the top of your mat. Exhale, release, mountain pose. Take a nice deep breath here in mountain pose. Exhale. Inhale, bringing the arms up overhead. Lifting the heart, slight back bend. Exhale, arms come through prayer as you forward bend with a flat back. Fingers touch the earth, knees are bent. Exhale, forward bend, release everything. Inhale, flat back, looking up, stretching the spine nice and long. And then exhale, you can jump or you can step back into plank. All the way down to the floor. And from here, coming into a nice low cobra. So bringing the forearms onto the mat. Fingers spread nice and wide. I like to make L's with my thumb and my pointer finger, and having the L's be sort of mirror images towards each other. Elbows are nice and close into my body. My legs are strong. My feet are together. My tailbone is tucked. I'm squeezing my booty, and that allows me to lift my heart. And from here, we're just going to do this breath called dog breath, which is a little bit like panting like a dog. You're going to stick your tongue out And you're going to breathe in and out through the mouth. If this is too much for you, just breathe through your nose and hold the posture. Just chant your mantra. Otherwise, breathe like a dog. We're here for about 30 seconds. Keep breathing, keep panting, but hold on to your alignment. So squeezing the glute, that's a new word. Squeezing the glutes, squeezing the booty, allowing the heart to stay lifted without crucifying your low back. Press the elbows into the mat so the shoulders move away from the ears. 5 seconds, you got this. Now inhale, bring the tongue back into the mouth, squeeze the booty one more time. Exhale, release. And then press the palms into the earth on the inhale, belly into the spine as you lift up. Knees come nice and wide, and let's come all the way back. A very wide child's pose with the arms overhead. Now, instead of the palms being flat on the floor, lift the palms up so your hands, you're actually on the fingertips. See how that feels for your spine, and it kind of strengthens and lengthens both sides of your body, the right side and the left side. And so just as if your hands were two little spiders, just kind of play with sort of walking the fingers out further, maybe the left arm, and then the right arm, just really stretching those side bodies, just releasing tension that we hold from being right-handed and dominant on that side, or maybe you're left-handed and dominant on that side, or maybe you're like me and you're right-handed but you're left side dominant. We're all unique in our own special way, but in the end, we all of us need balance. Nice big deep inhale, stretching both fingers away from us, really lengthening. One more time. And then on the exhale, start to walk the arms back, bringing the knees together. And you can either come to easy pose here, or you can sit on your heels if that's all right with you, and your knees. And last time, guys, pointing those index fingers and middle fingers together, holding the other two fingers down with the thumb. Fingertips touch the earth. Now I want you to pull in on that belly. Stretch the spine up nice and long. Crown of the head reaching to the sky. Tuck the chin just slightly down. Hold this energetic alignment. Nice straight spine. And inhale, bring the fingertips to touch overhead, sat. Exhale, nam, touch the earth, sat, nam, 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 sat, nam. Inhale, release the fingers and bring the palms together overhead.
Hold here, pull the belly into the spine, pull the root lock in. If you don't know what the root lock is, it just means you're pulling up on the perineum, on the anus, like all the sex organs pulling up as if you're stopping yourself from going to the bathroom. And just holding here just for a brief moment in time, being really present right here. Where are you? You are here. Exhale, release. Nice slow exhale. Bringing the arms down. Sweeping your energy field. Clearing everything for the last time. And then continuing to lower yourself all the way down onto your back for your final resting pose. Good work. So laying on your back, letting the feet open wide. Hands on the mat with the palms up. Release the shoulders away from the ears. And then with each breath, just allowing yourself to feel supported by the earth, by gravity. Let yourself come into your body. Keep yourself in this present moment by really being aware of how you're feeling inside of your body, as well as right on the surface of your body, as well as surrounding your body. Moving through those 3 layers. Moving through those layers with your breath. Inhaling, bringing the breath in deep, deep, deep into you. Exhaling, letting the breath carry all the things we don't need anymore, letting it carry it out of the body, through the surface, out of the surrounding areas. Staying with the breath, staying relaxed. Sat Nam.